I don't know, it's just weird because I feel like I should be wearing all black since this is a video about where I wear all black. I feel kind of awkward, not gonna lie. Hello, all you beautiful people. It's your girl, Agent the MUA, back with another edition of Adventures in Freelancing. Every time I say that, it just makes me feel so great because every time I say that, I know I'm uploading another video and I get another opportunity to connect and share information with you guys, my A-listers. How you doing? If this is your first time seeing my face, I'm more than happy to have you. Thank you for joining me. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Turn on the post notifications. You already here, why not? Okay, I know this is like the third video in this outfit, but first of all, I am really feeling this outfit. Second of all, this is like the first day off I've had where I didn't have anything else to do in like 2 weeks. So I wanted to bang out as many videos for you guys as I possibly could. So just, you know, get used to seeing this look. Where do I start? I guess I can start by saying recently, a lot of people have been asking me about my experience working for MAC Cosmetics. The question that I get asked the most is, how do I get a job at MAC? And what I say when people ask me that is, how much time you got? Let me start off by saying, I absolutely love my job. Short, plain, and simple, period, point blank. I love working at MAC, and to think that this wasn't something that I would be interested in doing, not even something that I thought I wanted to do just like a few years ago, but working for this company has completely transformed me as a makeup artist, as a person in general. Like, it's just been a wonderful, wonderful experience. Like, I can't say that enough. I'm not going to come on here and like try to sugarcoat anything for you guys. Like, I'm going to give it to you real. Like, my job is the shit. Like, I'm sorry, excuse my language, but I love my job. With that being said, let me give you guys some information about my experience. This is all I can speak of because this is all I have is my experience. How I came to work at MAC. It was 2015, I believe it was. I had been freelancing in Las Vegas for, you know, a couple years, still getting my feet wet, still cutting my teeth. And somebody, not just one person, but several people sent me this DM about an open call. I'm sorry, I'm super easily distracted, and it was a hair like hanging in my face. So we're just gonna pull that out. Several people DM me this post about an open call at MAC Cosmetics. And I was always somebody that was like, oh, I don't want to work at MAC. It's a bunch of young girls being catty because they pretty and they, you know, surrounded by all this gorgeous makeup. I don't think that would be for me. I also was like really leery about it because I didn't want to get back into retail. I worked retail all high school, all college, and it wasn't something I wanted to get back into because at the end of the day, being a MAC artist is still a retail position. You still got to sell that product. So I get these DMs like, MAC is having an open call at Planet Hollywood. You should really go. And I'm just like, I guess I'll go. So what I did was probably exactly what you're doing right now. I went on YouTube and watched some videos about, you know, other people and their experiences interviewing with the company, what types of questions they would ask, what should I wear, how should I look, all of this and all of that. Basically, what I came up with was beat your face, wear your best black from head to toe, all black, everything, okay? Put a smile on your face. Have a good product knowledge, not necessarily product knowledge, but cosmetics knowledge, makeup knowledge. They're not looking for you to be super well versed in MAC Cosmetics, but you do need to have some basic makeup knowledge. Go in there and be you because they are looking for people that are going to shine when they go out on that floor to communicate and interact and collaborate with those customers. Like, hands down, your personality is what's gonna win you over, because that's what's gonna help you be successful at this job, period. In that initial interview, what they're looking for is your personality, your presence, your vibe. They're trying to get a feel for you in 5 minutes. So my best advice to you is bring your best self. Put your best foot forward, put your best face on, and go in there with confidence and let them know why you want this job, why you want to be a part of this company. What can you bring to the table? So the open call was at Planet Hollywood at the Miracle Mile Shops here in Las Vegas. There were about 200 people there, and I stood in line for about 2.5 hours before I even sat down to interview somebody, and my silly self wore a pair of heels. So imagine how my feet were burning by the time I got to the front of the line. So I get to the front of the line, and there is this really cool looking guy sitting there, and he's just got this smile on his face. And I sit down, and obviously I look like I was sweating bullets, because he was like, "Are you nervous?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm super nervous." And he was like, "Don't be nervous, just relax, calm down. I just want to ask you a few questions, talk to you for a few minutes, and, you know, see where your head is." So I had this interview with this guy, and it was really cool. It was a nice interview. I used every MAC product that I had to my name. I even borrowed a lipstick from my best friend because I wanted to be super dramatic with this nice, you know, smoky eye and this beautiful red lip. So it came out really nice, and I talked to him about deep damsing in my transition area, and he was like, "Oh, you sound like you know a little something, sis." And I was like, "You know, I freelance in Las Vegas, and, you know, I just want to see what type of opportunities are available with this company. This is MAC. So, of course, this is something that, you know, I'm kind of interested in at this point in my career." So, like, what do you know, that the man that did my very first interview with MAC ends up being my retail operations manager, which is like the manager over the region that I work in. So it's really, really cool that he did my first interview, and he's kind of been guiding me along my path ever since I started with this company. I have a great team of managers. I have a great team of coworkers, and we go in there and we slay and we have fun every day. Like, it's an awesome, awesome job. Some of the things that you might get asked in the initial interview, if you do go to an open call, or if you do have an interview at MAC Cosmetics, they are going to ask you some MAC history questions. So that might be something you want to brush up on. I went to Google and looked up a few bullet points and wrote them on some note cards and tried to memorize them. And then when I got to the interview, I couldn't remember anything. And Nino asked me a question, and I totally drew a blank. And I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm not sure right now." So I felt like a complete idiot. But lo and behold, I made it to the next step of the application process. So the next step of the interview process is the live demo. Like, I have had very few more nerve-wracking experiences than my live demo with MAC Cosmetics. Like, dead ass. So we do the interview, and Nino tells me he likes me, and I'm like over the moon with excitement, and I'm like, okay, what's next? So he hands me this envelope, and in this envelope is an invitation to the live demo portion of the interview, which took place the next day at the Mezzanine in Caesar's Palace, which used to be the Pro Store here in Las Vegas. At the time, I was working at a car dealership, and I was totally scheduled for work the next day. And they told us, "We don't know how long this is going to be. Sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's 3 hours. So just, you know, plan to be here for a good chunk of your day." I was scheduled to work the next day, and I switched my shift, or I told them I was going to come in late or something like that. Ended up getting written up at that job. I was on my way out the door anyway, because I made it to the live demo and my interview with MAC Cosmetics. So my brain was already out of that dealership by this time. At the live demo, you're required to bring a model, because this is when you're going to do like a 30-minute makeup application. My advice to you, brush up on your 30-minute makeup application. Focus on skin, brows, and lips, really, because the eyes you can kind of do whatever with the eyes, but make sure the skin is popping, make sure the brows are nice, make sure the lip is beautiful. That's my advice to you for the live demo. So I didn't have a model. I ended up contacting one of my photographer friends. He sent somebody to Caesars to meet me. She was gorgeous. She had beautiful skin, and I was super, super excited to do her makeup. So we get up to the mezzanine and we're standing in front of our model. They give us our tools, tell us to go get the makeup that we want to use. We get there and they're like, okay, last thing. We want everybody to take one step to the left. That's your model. Girl, we was in there shook. So now I'm standing in front of this person that I know absolutely nothing about. I know we haven't talked about anything. We haven't gone over what we were going to do for the look. And it was super, super nerve-wracking, okay? So they give us about a half an hour to do this makeup application. Everybody completes it. They're walking around, looking over your shoulder. It's a really, really intense situation. Like, oh my goodness. Like, emotions, nerves, anxiety, excitement, all of those things balled up into one, like exploding in this room above the Pro Store in Caesars Palace. It was hot as hell. I was sweating bullets, and I was just like, okay, Lord, please just get me through this. Please guide my hands to do whatever it is they're looking for so I can get this job. So we complete the live demo, and everybody is asked to come back downstairs individually to talk to the managers that were there. So my turn to go downstairs and talk with the managers comes, and Nino is there, and there were two other managers there. This one guy had this beautiful hair, and he told me don't tap my brushes to dust off the excess, just use less product. That's all I remember about him. I can't remember exactly what his name was, but he was so beautiful. Oh my goodness. So Nino looks me dead in my face and says, how do you think you did? What am I supposed to say? So I am like, I think I did okay. I mean, I was a little concerned about the time crunch, but also the switching of the models was a little shaking. You know, you guys kind of shook us up there, but I, you know, felt like I persevered, and I feel like I produced a, you know, fairly decent makeup application. He says, well, we don't feel like we saw everything we need to see from you to move you on to the next level, but we want to see it. The lighting upstairs was really bad. A lot of people were having problems with the tools and all this and all that. So what we're going to do is invite you back for another live demo. So after going through all of this, all this anxiety, all these emotions, I have to come back and do this again. The managers that were running the open call that weekend were from California. They were flying back to California to do their thing that they do in California. They were informing me that I needed to contact a manager at the Miracle Mile store to set up another live demo. That took 2 more months. So here I am stuck at this dealership. Like, oh my God, when is this gonna happen? I'm calling the store. I can never get in contact with the manager. There's never a good time to set up the demo with my work schedule and his work schedule, and it was just a mess. It took me about 2 more months to get my second live demo scheduled. I finally did, and this live demo was a one-on-one live demo. It wasn't like a group situation. Oh, I guess I didn't explain that about the live demo. There were about 10 people in this particular live demo. I think they did maybe 3 live demos that day with 3 different groups of people. So out of 200 people, maybe 50 made it to the live demo. I was one of those 50. So when I rescheduled the live demo, it was a one-on-one live demo. I took my own model. Shout out to my girl Maya. Like, I did her makeup for my second live demo, and I really think that's what got me hired. I was really familiar with Maya. I had worked with her before. She's a Las Vegas makeup artist as well. Me and her had a good vibe, and I did some really good makeup on her face in about 45 minutes. She really helped me. She really coached me. She really kept me calm, and they ended up loving her makeup. I will leave a picture here if I can find it, but it was just such a cool experience to be able to do the live demo without all those other people, without managers breathing over your shoulder, able to relax and just beat Maya's face. It was great. And another couple of months after that, well, maybe a few weeks after that second live demo, I got a call with an offer for a freelance artist position. I was so excited. I was so stoked. I was super juiced, super ready to hit the ground running. But what I didn't know is, as a freelance artist, you are on call. And if stores do not have freelance hours, you do not work. If a store has a call out, or if somebody's sick and can't make their shift, they might call you to cover that shift. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, a freelance artist at a MAC counter is grunt work. Like, you gotta schematicize products, you gotta do all the makeup, you gotta run around on the floor like a crazy person, but this is the stuff that you have to go through to show them that you are serious. If you make it through the live demo, you made it through the open call, now you're a freelancer and you can make it through that, you might be able to make it onto a MAC floor as a permanent artist. It took me about 6 more months after that to even get hours as a freelance artist. I had went to the Macy's fashion show location on the Strip, and I had worked a couple of shifts there. And those shifts were like, I couldn't catch anything. I couldn't absorb any knowledge. I couldn't learn anything because on the Strip, it's a lot of tourists. They're coming in there with pictures of the stuff that they want because they might not even speak English. And it was just too fast of a pace environment, I think, for me to be able to thrive in. So after I worked those 2 shifts and I was like super shook up and super discouraged because I've been calling trying to find hours for 6 months, my counter started calling me. And it was amazing. I started getting called to the Mac and Dillers at Galleria in Henderson, Nevada, which is currently where I am a permanent makeup artist. But it was about last year because, not last year, but the year before last, so 2016. Because I remember the holiday season was the Nutcracker collection. And I worked the Nutcracker collection. Like, I was on the floor selling the products from the Nutcracker collection. I think it started around Thanksgiving in 2016 where they started calling me a lot. My assistant retail manager, Rowena, she just kind of took a liking to me, and I feel like she kind of took me under her wing and she saw something in me that she liked, and she kind of coached me. Everybody in the store was like super helpful, super supportive, and willing to answer any question I had. And I was never afraid to ask a question. As a freelance artist at MAC, try to soak up everything you can. Gain all the knowledge that you can. If you get called to a particular store a lot, learn that store. That will show them that, hey, you might fit in here. And that's exactly what I did. Whenever I was on that floor, I did the best makeup that I could do. I asked all the questions that I could think of. I learned everything that I could. Anytime somebody needed help with something, I was right there to support, which really just showed them that I was a team player and I wanted to be invested into that particular team. I really like that counter. Like, my counter is like, I love my counter. It's in Henderson, so it's like a local mall. I get to interact and collaborate with the same clients on a regular basis. I get to build those relationships and make those connections. And as an artist, like, that is so amazing to be able to connect with somebody based on something that you love. So once I had been freelancing at that particular counter for quite some time, finally a permanent position became open. So once that permanent position became open, I had to interview for that all over again, because going from a freelance artist to a permanent artist is a promotion. That's kind of how it goes. Freelance is kind of entry level, and then once you make permanent, then you really on the team, honey. You really on the team, and it is an amazing feeling. When I got offered the 16-hour position at my counter, amazing. And then there's basic training. Basic training is 5 or 6 days of learning MAC culture, learning MAC products, learning how to apply makeup like a MAC artist. Honey, that was like the best 6 days of my entire makeup career. I really feel like if it were not for me working at MAC at this time, I would not be the makeup artist that I am today. This company has cultivated me and groomed me and just helped me become a better person, not only a better makeup artist. I have to deal with challenges every day that I step onto that floor. And to be able to overcome those challenges and see the growth and progress in myself, I owe so much of my progress to working at MAC. So if you are kind of entering into the makeup artistry world, or this is something that you're interested in and you're 18 years old, because you do have to be 18 to work at MAC Cosmetics, it's a great place to work. It is providing me with knowledge that I don't think I would get anywhere else, because it's knowledge that I wasn't getting just freelancing out here in the streets. Like, I feel like I have a home. I feel like I've planted roots. I feel like I can slay anybody. Like the other day, somebody sat in front of me that 2 years ago, I would have been petrified and not known what to do. But because I've learned so much at MAC, I was like, okay, what do you want to do today? She got up from that chair looking like $1 million. Like, I'm not just saying that because I did it, but I'm saying that as a testament to what you can gain and what you can learn from working at this company. If this is something you're interested in, I definitely recommend you go for it. Go to a MAC counter, wear your best black, beat your face, take your resume, go talk to a manager. There might not be open calls in your city, but if there's a MAC counter near you, go talk to the manager, hang around that counter, go get friendly with the artists that work there. Get your foot in the door so you can have something solid to stand on. If MAC believes in you, they will let you know they believe in you. I've only been a permanent artist for a little over a year at this company, and I have been afforded some of the most amazing opportunities that I never would have come by if I weren't working for this company. I've co-facilitated master classes. I've worked at industry events. I have done makeup so many times for so many beautiful, beautiful people. I've learned so much. Like, MAC Cosmetics has sent me products because they believe in my social media presence. Like, for the company that you work for to get behind you how MAC has gotten behind me, I can't explain to you what that feels like. It's such an amazing feeling. Like, this is MAC and they're sending me stuff for me to try. Like, what? Like, I can't say it enough how much I enjoy my job and how excited I am every time I step onto the floor. Every day is not always a great day, but there's always something great in every day. So keep that in mind and step out on your faith and, you know, take another step in your journey. Like, if this is something you want to do, girl, you better do it. If you guys have any other questions, if you have any other comments, if any of you actually work for MAC or have interviewed, have experience with employment with this company, leave me a comment. I would love to know what you think. If you work hard and show you're dedicated and you're really serious about it, you can be afforded some of the most amazing opportunities that you wouldn't even think, you know, you would be able to get your hands on. So, like, it's really, really been an amazing experience, and I can't wait to see, you know, what comes next with me in this company, because I really feel like this is somewhere that I could be for a long time. If you guys like this video, please give me a huge thumbs up. I think I'm gonna start doing a playlist of like these talk through informational videos, because I'm not doing a whole lot of makeup in videos like this. I'm just giving you guys gems. So I think I'm gonna start a playlist called Dropping Gems, and I will leave links. Thank you guys for joining me. Like, I can't say that enough. Every time I come on here and I get to talk to you guys, I'm super, super grateful. So thank you guys for giving me that opportunity. Until next time, stay beautiful.